Assalamu alaikum everyone and welcome back to Mimo Fitness Journey. Unfortunately, this update is not a good one. I'm currently 120 kilogram. So I gained back 10 kilogram. Last video, I think it was 5 weeks ago maybe. I was around 110 kilogram and even I celebrated by going to an ice bath in Dubai, and it was also during my birthday. So no, it's actually more than 5 weeks. It's almost 2 months now, and then I gained 10 kilogram again. So yeah, I'm not really happy about it. But the good thing is, for the first time, I started reflecting on this because I always had these weight loss journeys when I lose some weight and then I gain back, but then I never reflect, I never understand why, and create a plan how to fix it in the future. That's why I keep repeating them. So this time I said, okay, let me understand what was the main reason that made me do this relapse, or as they call it, fall of the wagon, and understand for each reason of them what can I do in order to not do it again, or at least if it happens to minimize the effect as much as I can. When I was reflecting, I found that during these 2 months, there were three main reasons that made me relapse back again. The first one is the change in the daily routine. So my daily routine is that I live here, I always make my food 2-3 days in advance. I always in the morning go to the gym and then go to work. So my routine is fixed. I know what I need to eat. I calculate it, I cook it myself, so I know exactly the calories and everything. And usually in the morning I go and I do my cardio, so I do my 1,000 calorie active calories burn, and then I start my day. And while I was doing that every day, or at least 5-6 days per week, everything was good. Till, regarding my work, I had to travel to Saudi Arabia, so I had to stay in a hotel, and here when the whole daily routine changed. Now I cannot cook my food because I'm living in a hotel. Second, I also, the training on the gym was working hours was different. So let's start with the food. First, the breakfast. I usually go have breakfast in the hotel. So usually you have this open buffet when everything is there. And usually I intend to, when this happen, is that I go either overeat or just, let me try this one, let me try this one, let me try this one. Because again, I cannot measure calories. I cannot understand how much should I eat. I usually overeat. And the second, when I go to work, again, I didn't prepare my food. So right now I have to order food through either like restaurants or food ordering apps and stuff. And because also I don't know, or I don't used to ordering outside, again, every time I cook it myself. So also usually I order any not healthy food, burger, pizzas, whatever I see fast. Lastly, because also I feel hungry during the office and I do not have my food with me, when there is any snacks in the office, I usually try to like, I'm too hungry right now, my food is not there, even if I order, it will take like 45 minutes. You know what, let me just grab a small snack here and then I will order later. And then snack after snack and after snack, you can eat too much and you're still not feeling full, because most of these snacks are like sugary stuff that will give you boost in insulin, but then it will crash back again and you will have to eat again. So changing in the daily routine of the food preparation and how to make food affected me a lot and make me overeat and not actually follow my calories that I want to do. The second change that happened as well was in the fitness part. So in the fitness part, again, here I always wake up almost 6 a.m. I directly go in the same building, just take the elevator, go to the gym, do my cardio, come back, take a shower, and then go to office. So I usually like to do my cardio before work, because usually after work, either I get lazy or I get busy with other stuff. So I get used to this. And when I went to this hotel, I did the same. I took in the morning, my gym closes, I went to the gym and the gym is closed. Why? It doesn't open till I think 9 or 10 a.m. and at that time I'm already in the office. So that change as well affected me, because again, I'm not used to do training after working hours. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna do it outside. I'm gonna not do it in the gym, I'm gonna do it outside. During the stay, the hotel was in an area that doesn't have any tracks around or anything, so just a street, but most of these streets has like traffic lights a lot. So every time you run or you walk, and then you have to wait 1-2 minutes in a traffic light, and then you walk again, and then you have to wait again. I don't know, I didn't get motivated, I didn't like it, so I didn't do it again. So I was overeating and I was not doing exercises, so definitely during the whole stay I started gaining weight, and that was the first problem that I faced that make me relapse. The second problem that I faced also during the last 2 months is, I call it a little bit social pressure, I would say. So basically when I go eat out with my friends, and that's happened when I was, because again I traveled from Saudi to Egypt, and some of the times I had to meet some of my friends, some of my co-workers, and we had to go out and eat. And usually when I go out and eat and we go to a restaurant that I really like their food, or we are a group of people and we can share food, again, I intend to overeat because of the two main reasons. Number one is that, again, I don't know how much should I eat or what are the calories. I didn't cook it myself. I didn't, size it and everything. But the second is that I feel that, oh, this is with your friends. Let's not order a salad. Let's just eat. Let's try this. Let's try that. And I always overeat as well. But the issue is, especially during this eat out, me personally, I overeat a lot. Not like when you just order from a restaurant on your own. While I'm in a group, I usually eat much, much more. And the issue is, this is not just the amount of food I ate today or at that time. The issue is that next day, I feel very full, I feel lazy, I feel tired, I don't want to work out because it's too much, let me, relax a little bit and stuff like that. And also, because I am lazy, I usually don't cook my food, I usually don't prepare, and I always have in mind, it's like, you know what, yesterday you ate too much anyway, you are not on track for this, you know what, let's also continue today to not be on track, and then from tomorrow, we're gonna start fresh, because there is only this small food that was still remaining from yesterday that I want to eat, or there is this new something that I want to try today. So I take it as an excuse. You know what? You're already off the wagon. Let's continue and then come back, in 1 or 2 days. But the issue is this: one day comes, another day comes, another day comes, another day, and it can continue forever. So that's also one of the main reasons I fall off the wagon, is that when I go out with friends, I don't know how to control the amount of food I eat. And I don't know how, after what I did, to actually come back quickly to track and actually do my fitness and do my normal cooking and normal calories intake. And the third and last reason, but to be honest, it is, I would say, what was the most impactful one, or the most reasons that really affected me, was, I would say, stress or feeling bad. So I think for everyone will watch this will understand that there is a lot of geopolitical issues happening in the region. There is a lot of innocent people dying every day. There is a lot of children, women, all of this happening. And for me to see that every day and the injustice that's happening to these innocent people, it's make me very stressed, make me feel really bad. And because I cannot really influence it, I cannot really do something to change it, I was feeling even more stressed. And usually when I'm feeling stressed or feeling sad or feeling overwhelmed, again, I don't like to train, I don't like to prepare food, I don't like to do anything. I just go to be lazy, to be alone. I don't want to talk to people, I want to just be with myself. And usually the only thing that will give you joy at that point is that some sugary sweets or some foods that you like. So again, I tend to order too much, I order a lot of sweets, I become alone, I do not train, I do not go out even. So usually when this stress happening or stuff that I can't really control, it affected me a lot, and it made me again fall off the wagon. So now we know the 3 main reasons that affected me, at least in the last 2 months. I'm sure that there will be more reason to come, but at least these 3 reasons, I'm sure that it happens to me a lot, and I want to know what can I do to fix it, because it will happen again. Every one of these reasons will happen again. But the plan is to find a way that when this happen, to fix it, and as soon as possible. So the first one, which is the change in the daily routine, which is basically when I travel or when I go to something that will make my daily routine not the same. So what I decided is two things. Number one, if you are gonna talk about the hotel breakfast, or you go in any open buffet like in a wedding or whatever, when there is a lot of types of food and you can come with your plate and you can take the amount of food that you want. At least right now, I know some people can just by looking, it's like, this amount of rice is like 300 calorie, this chicken is like 5, okay, now I know my plate. I don't know this yet. I'm not that good in estimating calories, especially so I don't know how they cook the stuff. So what I decided, and I found something that was really, really cool for me, is they call it, I think, the balanced dish method. So what is this, is that you have the plate. 50% of the plate, you make it, I call it fibrous carbs, which is basically vegetables or fruits. And then 25% are lean protein, so any kind of protein, preferably if it is lean. And the other 25% is starchy carbs. So stuff like rice, pasta, oats, bread, all this kind of potatoes, mashed potato, like all this kind of stuff. Why this is very cool? Because it doesn't matter how much you're gonna eat. Actually, if 50% of you are eating is fibrous carbs, 25% protein, 25% starchy carbs, when you finish the plate, go fill the plate again with the same exact portions or the same exact distribution, I would say, and eat again. It doesn't matter, because based on that, the amount of vegetables or the fibrous carb you are gonna get will make you feel full. And also you are eating all types of nutrition that you need for a healthy food. So this is, I tried 2 times, and to be honest, it works really, really well. At any time I go, I don't know how to count calories. I don't know how much food I need to eat. I go with my plate, especially when it's a buffet, when you can, pick and choose. And I do this balanced dish theory. And every time I still feel hungry, cool. I take the same plate, go to the same area, put the same food with the same distribution, and I eat again till I feel full. And usually I do not overeat. And even if I overeat, the moment, few hours or next day, I feel very normal. But if I didn't balance it that way, usually I feel very bad, because usually I go to the more sugary stuff. I go to more carb stuff. I will always forget about the fibrous carbs. So when doing that, I think it is the best way for me when anytime I go to a hotel or open buffet to do it. Second, during the lunch or the dinner, usually I'm like in the office or going out, and I cannot really, have the plate, because like I'm gonna call the restaurant or I'm gonna order. So I need to know from this app or from this menu what to order. So there are 2 things I decided. Number one, I'm gonna train myself right now that at least once per week, I'm gonna order food delivery. Why is that? Because right now I'm not really good in choosing what to order in a food delivery in a healthy way while keeping my macros and nutrition and everything. Because again, I'm only used to cooking my food. So the moment this change, I don't know what to do. So I believe in practice. So right now, while I'm here, while in my daily routine, every day I will intentionally order food in delivery while maintaining the macros and calories. So I always train myself that if for any reason you forget to cook food, you are traveling outside or whatever, it's okay, just to open. And now you have the skill how to choose food that will not really affect your normal routine and will continue working based on the same tracks that you have. Lastly, if I'm going out, I will always research the menu before I go. So when I go there, I know at least what I order. And if it can't, because it usually happens, you go out and I don't know exactly which are the place you are gonna eat, I'm gonna go with the balanced dish theory. And still, if I can't do that for any reason, because some of the times that we go eat, it's like not dishes. It's like, here is the food and everyone go by hand, start eating. There is no dishes, there is no balance, there is nothing. So what I'm gonna do is that I will always start with as much as I can. Again, fibrous carbs, if there is any. If not, then protein, number 1, fats, number 2, starchy carbs, number 3, and sweets or sugary, it will be the last one, and it will be great if I can avoid it. And why I say that? Again, if you're going out, most probably I'm not gonna really eat salads and stuff because again, social pressure, and also I wanna enjoy really the food and stuff. So usually protein is a very good. It's make you feel full. It's not like too much calories, but also it's very hard to overeat in protein and fats. I found it for myself. It's very hard to overeat in this. And why is that? Because even if I overeat for a few hours or even next day, I feel full and I don't want to eat, and I can continue my day normally. However, when I eat it in carbs, like especially sweets, I always feel very energetic. Now I'm very full. Now everything is cool. Few hours later, no, I still feel very hungry. And I go eat again. Even though I ate the same amount of calories. Because again, carbs and sweets makes the insulin spike and then goes down drastically. So now you feel, oh, I'm hungry again. But if you eat protein and fats, even though fats is very calorie dense, but it will make you feel full for longer. So definitely the best way is still doing the balanced dish. But if I can't, then I will always start with protein as much as I can, then fats, then starchy carbs, and last by sweets. The second problem in the change of routine was the training. So again, as I said, I always like to train in the morning. So what I'm gonna do is 2 things. Number 1, anytime I'm gonna travel somewhere, I'm gonna start researching the place I'm gonna stay in to see if there is a gym around or any 24-hour gym or something in the hotel that start early morning in order for me to prepare myself for this. And if not, I need to train myself from now that it is okay to train after work, to train at night. So 2 days per week from now, while I'm here and everything in my daily routine, I will still intentionally train after work or at night. Why? Again, to start training myself that it is normal to not always train in the morning. So in any case, when I go to a place when training in the morning is hard or it's not possible or the gym is not open, it's normal. You can just train at night. And I trained my mind that this is normal, this is okay, that's how to do it. So why I want to do it? Because many times after work you feel maybe tired, but like if you train yourself that every week you do it, every week you do it, every week you do it, it becomes part of your behavior that I don't feel weird or different to do it. So that's what I'm gonna do in order for me to not skip fitness when my daily routine it change. The second one was the social pressure. I think it's gonna be the same as a part of nutrition as the first problem, which is again, it would be great if I can do the balanced dish. If not, then I'm gonna start protein, fat, starchy carbs, definitely fibrous carbs number 1, but if I can't, most probably if you're going out with your friend, you guys are not gonna really order salads a lot, so most probably it's gonna be protein, then fats, then starchy carbs, and lastly are the sweets, and hopefully I avoid it as much as I can. Second is, if next day I feel very full that I can't do my normal exercise or go into the gym, okay, I will just go for a very normal walk. Just a walk in the mall. Just a walk on the street. Let's just walk to the supermarket. Not training, just it's very, very normal walk. Just to add some small exercise one by one, because the moment I feel that the moment you start the ball running, it's much easier to continue. But if you are staying at home and you say, no, either going to the gym, doing the full 1000 calorie or nothing, it's usually going to be nothing. But if you did 200-300 calories just by normal walking around or stuff, it's still better than nothing. But the second and the most important one, that next day, I'm gonna eat the same amount of calories that I usually eat, even if I feel full, with the same nutrition and everything. And why is that? I usually found myself doing this. I ate too much one day, so I said, you know what, I ate too much, next day maybe I will not eat at all because I need to, balance these calories and stuff. But what happened is, because I do not prepare food, I do not eat, at one time I feel so hungry. And when you feel so hungry, what you do? I usually go and eat any shit. And usually I overeat again. And next day I feel very full. I do not eat normally till I feel very hungry. And then I eat a shit again and it continues. But if you do, even if you are full, it's okay. Take a meal with 300-400 calories. Very small meal. The same. Fibers, carbs, 50%, protein 25%, starch cup 25%, and eat it, even if you feel full. But this meal will help you to not get like this starvation few hours later. So now you will be back on track. You think in your mind that it's better not to eat to balance what I did yesterday. But actually, what I found is that no, you do not. Because during that day, you are going to overeat again the moment you feel starvation. So that's what I'm going to do in case I went to going out or I had to, for some reason with the friends, go overboard with the amount of calories I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do next day so I can go back on track as fast as possible. And the last one, which is the stuff that I can't influence, which will make me very stressed and feeling very sad. What I try to understand is that how to get over this, because it honestly affected me maybe from the last 2 months, at least 5 weeks of them was because of that. And then I found that the best way is that I cannot avoid it because I know myself. I like, if something bad is happening, I cannot just look the other way and become like a blind. I can't. I have to know, I have to help, I have to do something. But at the same time, I cannot control everything in the world. So what I found is that something really cool is that what you do is that you start listing, okay, for that whatever cause that make you stressed or making you sad, what you can influence and what you can't. And start focusing a lot on what you can influence. Because by that, you are helping this issue that causing you all the stress and all the sadness. But at the same time, you are decreasing this amount of stress. And it's because of 2 reasons. Number one, when you do something, at least myself, I feel better. Because most of the stress is happening definitely from what I'm seeing, but also from feelings that I can't do anything. That's make me even feel even worse. But like when you do something, when you focus on what you can actually influence, first you are helping this cause that you are doing, which is the most important one. But the second is that you started feeling better that you can actually do something. Every time I start reading, because I was reading a lot about this, everyone was saying that all this stress or all these issues happening from when you feel that you can't do anything. But really, when you really think about it and you start researching what you can do or what you can influence, what you can actually change by your own hand, and you start focusing on it, it feels different. So that's also what I try to do. I found what I can actually do to help this cause, and I start doing it, and to be honest, it started make me feel less stressed. I still definitely feel sad with what's happening, but at least now I feel what I can do to help. So I'm feeling less stressed. I'm more focused on actions to help the cause more than just feeling sad or feeling that I can't do anything and actually making myself feel bad and also not helping the cause that I want to do. That's all for this week. I hope next week I will come back with a good numbers that I will be maybe 116 or something, or 115 hopefully, because usually the first week after gaining weight is usually give you like a huge amount of kilograms that you can decrease, because usually it's water weight, some of them is food in the stomach. So usually when I come back on track, I lose maybe like 4 kilos in weeks. So hopefully next week it will be 116. So see you next week.